This is the third part of the course where we will be deploying our web application on Heroku. Before we start with Heroku, we have to use some files which are like commands for Heroku to understand. So let's start with the runtime.txt and the proc file. So these runtime.txt and proc files are files required by Heroku to understand which build pack or language to use. Like you can see in our runtime.txt, I have defined Python as my language and the version which we will or we want the server to have. Now the next you can see is the proc file. So proc file is the mechanism for declaring what commands are to be run by your application in Heroku platform. The commands that are specified in the last part, like our manage.py run server, our manage.py migrate, there are actually many more commands except those which are instantiated in Python and in Django. So those are the commands that are executed in Heroku's server using our proc file. Now you can see that there is a gunicorn. This is a package that we have already installed which helps us in this particular scenario. You can see we are using our mysite.wsgi file, Python file, which is present here. And you can see that Django setting modules is being called here as our environment. And likewise, we are using it in our proc file. Now, if this is clear, so let's move on to our Heroku. So as you can see, okay, let me go first to the dashboard. Now, if you haven't made any of the account for Heroku, just uh, get yourself account, and once you are logged in, look for new. Here you can create a new app. Now this new app you can just input any name, and once you do, and it has recognized and asked you that the name is available, just go and click on create app. Now I won't be doing this because I've already created an app named try one out. So once you have created the app, first you would see there's some of the options given here, and go to settings. Now in settings you can see there's the build pack option. So click on add build pack and choose Python, and then save changes. Now since I've already done this, you can see it's already said that a Heroku Python build pack is actually being used. The next thing you should do is click on this open app. Now this might take a little time, and what I want to show you is that all of the files, or you should say templates, are going to be rendered using or clicking after this app. So once you click on open app, all of the files, templates that are present in your project are going to be rendered. So you can see that since the first template that I was rendering was index.html, it has rendered. But you can see one more thing, this URL. So this is the URL that I copied. Okay, so this is the URL that I copied and then set in my settings.py file. You can see here, these are the same thing. So one thing that I actually wanted to show you is that you already have to build an repository where you will be storing all of your code that is to be used by the server in your Heroku. So you can see that my site polls, that was my app with the static files, proc file, manage.py, requirement.txt, and runtime are present here. Now, once you are actually uploading the code, it might happen that there's no static files in your code. So if it is the case, then in your code, just write python manage.py collect static. If you run this code, then a new folder named collect static, named static files will be built here, and then you can upload the code to GitHub, like you can see here. So you can make changes here after you have, build a new app and use the open app button to go to that app. The next thing, after you have made changes in your code and the final setup has been done, you go to deploy. Now deploy has three options: Heroku Git, GitHub, and container registry. Now we will be using GitHub actually, and you would be given an option of connect here. So once you click on it, it would ask you to log in with your credentials, and once you do that, it would tell you that yeah, it is connected to your account. Like my account is SITP278, it has been connected here. Then it would ask you for the repository that it has to connect with, and once you type in the name of the repository, it would show something like this. So my Pokemon legendary repository is connected with this app in my Heroku. Now you're going to skip the automatic deploys because for that you have to build a CI, and the next thing is manual deploy. So you basically click on the branch, which branch you want to choose as your final code which the server will use. So since mine is master, I will just take the input master and then click on deploy branch. Now this might take some time again because now the server has to be set up with the code, and all the dependencies have to be installed on the server itself. So you can see Heroku Python build pack is being used, and we specified our Python and version in our runtime.txt, which it has now installed. Sorry, oh my god, installed here. Okay, so next thing is it is installing all the dependencies from requirements, and once it has done that, it is using a command named collect static. So this command right here is now telling the server to build the new static files directory, and all of the static files that are present in my code are to be put there now. And if there's no problem or error shown, you would be seeing this URL present here. You can copy this URL, or maybe you can wait for some time, and okay, we will have to wait a little more. Mm, okay, so once it has done all the work, has set up the server, you would see there's a deploy to Heroku and a tick mark with it. So you can click on view, and again your page will be loaded. See, the page is loaded. Now you can just input your data and all, and then again confirm submission, and you would see the results. So with this, we end this course where we were actually trying to predict if a Pokemon is legendary or not, and have built a web application for it, and lastly have deployed it on Heroku. Thank you.